Hello everyone, welcome to Alphawisdom. Mystic Cassandria here, and we are into number 151. Today we're talking about the headline and the long headline as well as the short headline. See what it looks like and what it means. So we'll get started right now. These photos that you're going to be looking at are the ones you saw before. But what we're focusing on is something new, something different. All right? I hope we're all clear. I hope you can see this clear. Okay, I think that's clear. I'll move that out of the way. Okay, very good. Now, whether we think independently, logically, symbolically, or objectively is to a great extent what makes us ourselves. People with very different headlines are on different wavelengths. They're thinking differently, and they perceive the world in differing ways. Now, we're looking first at the long headline. Let's take a look at all of them. This is long. This goes all across the palm. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This is long, not quite as long, but I put a mark here so you'll see where it stops. Somewhere directly in the center of the little finger. Here's another one. Look at this headline. Stops under the little finger, has a fork. Fork means diversity in thinking. Can do two things mentally, totally different, and do them well. If ever you're curious as to which one the person seems to spend more time with or likes more, or seems to be doing better, look at the one that's strongest in the line. Well-defined line, clear line. Compare the two. The one that's the strongest is the one that is more important. Okay? Now let's take a look at another one. This one ends at the start of the little finger. These are all long. Now let's take a look at the short ones. See the short one? Here it is. Here's the short one. It stops at the beginning of the ring finger. And here's this one. Stops under the ring finger, close toward the end of the ring finger. And the final one, it's short and stops under the ring finger. So all of the short ones are stopping or ending under the ring finger. And there's more variety with the long ones, but we did notice they all go beyond, past the ring finger. They're somewhere under the little finger, or they may go right to the edge. As we're looking at this one, this seems to go right at the edge. We can't see behind, but usually they stop here and maybe the line may thin. You see a thin line toward the back. All right, so let's get some information on what's this all about. We're going to be talking first about the longer line. The longer the line extends across the palm, and this one goes all the way across, the further mentally one illuminates the darkness of possibilities and the more that is taken into consideration in any decision. This person's not satisfied with what's going on, not the knowledge he has. He wants to go further and learn things that maybe nobody has looked into. That's how they move. Long lines ending under the little finger take a long view of things. So all of these examples that are considered that have long headlines would fall under that category. For example, let's say they're considering purchasing a house. The long-lined fingers, or rather the headline that's long on the hand of these photos here, we'll consider the long-term housing market, the possibilities of other houses yet unexplored, the ethics of materialism, and the point of moving at all. Why should I bother? They spend a lot of time looking beyond the now, asking what if. So they're not so much interested in what's going on right now. They're taking that out now and looking further into the future. Okay? Also, long lines are successful in areas such as advising, speculating, instructing, estimating, and in such subjects as literature and philosophy, and comparing ideas and approaches. They tend to project into the future and make a judgment based on how they encapsulate things. That's what they do. All right? Long lines look beyond the immediate to the bigger picture and often question common assumptions. Not so successful in practical business, but helpful in a consultancy of some kind where an overview is necessary. So that's what the long hands do. And as far as long but not extremely long going across the palm, then they don't take these characteristics as far as the longer the line. The characteristics are there, but they don't go that far into the future. I'll put it that way. All right, let's take a look at the short lines. Remember, these are the shorter lines. All right. Okay, let's see what they say. The short-haired line ending somewhere under the middle finger's here, but this one goes under the ring finger, okay? But the middle finger we're talking here. Sees a smaller picture and is more immediate and focused on what's before them. Their minds are like a desk lamp, illuminating only what's on the table. They just see in that little small area. That's their understanding. That's their focus. In a prospective house purchase, they'll consider immediate practicalities, like, oh, wonder who the new neighbors are, the need for an extra bedroom, and the price value of the new house. Now, contrary to what you might expect, short headlines, if clear, if the line is clear, are more successful than long lines in examinations and in the acquisition of new skills where practical, applied, and recalled information is required, where you have to remember things. You have to recall things, sometimes right on the spot. Well, short-lined headlines can handle that very easily. They have excellent focus and concentrate on the information on hand without distraction. Short lines tend to be successful in business and in highly skilled work. They're mentally concentrated on tangible things in the world. Their limited vision may be a problem when considering the long-term, broader picture, but they're excellent as applied ideas. And the average length of the headline, any headline, is an ending under the ring finger. This is a good balance perspective between the immediate and perspective, what's happening now and what may happen. And finally, always check the clarity of this line. If the line is broken up, full of violence, that's where we'll be on our next lesson, full of violence or bar lines, the person can't see clearly. Whenever there's a disruption in the line, things become disrupted in the mind. Their mental picture is incoherent, and internally, they're in a mental fog of distraction and confusion. Usually, they're found on timid, ineffective people who allow others to think for them. Okay? Well, such is life. Some things we can't change, some things we can. We do what we can. All right, so ends our lesson for today on the headline. It's so interesting. There's just so much. And I assure you, I'm going to try to give you as much as I can. Maybe not too much the first time, but we'll get into more. All right. Thanks for watching. Give a thumbs up if you liked it and you understood it. Share and, of course, subscribe. Take care. Be happy. Love and light.